Please be advised. By recreating some activities performed in this video, you may pose a risk to yourself or others. We are not professionals, and our opinions and our actions are provided solely for the entertainment purposes only. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Ella?
What?
Can you give me a Band-Aid?
Yeah, I think we're out.
What's up? Today, I'm going to be able to finally do another CB750 Hondamatic build series video. I do have to get the tank painted because right now I just have a Plastidip coating on it, just so I could see the look of it. I don't actually think I'm going to go with flat black. I think I'm going to do something a little more spicy, so that should be interesting. I was originally going to take these headlight brackets and I was going to cut them because I'm using the inner and I like the headlight to sit in a bit. I really don't like it for multiple reasons. One, I think it looks cheap. Even if I were to cut it and try to church it up a little bit, I don't think that that's going to be what I want. The second reason is these clamps are actually hitting the tank a little bit. So they will touch there usually before the bump stops on the frame do, which is a problem. As you know, this is a aftermarket V-Rod headlight, which I like. I'm definitely going to keep that. But as far as the mounting system goes, I think I will have to go with a V-Rod headlight mounting assembly also, which is what I got right here. I think it looks pretty good. This itself is going to bring another set of challenges. One is the mount is up in this area, which the mount on the headlight is back here, and like I said, I want it to sit back a little bit. So I'm gonna have to figure out a mount to mount the mount to the bike. Second is I already made my gauge bracket on an earlier video, and that is no longer going to work. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is come up with some creative way to mount not only the headlight bracket, but the gauge cluster, and using, you know, a couple of these mounts. So I'll have to figure that out. Still trying to keep the headlight tucked and low, which is the look that I like. Brings more aggressive lines to the overall bike. So I'll have to see what I can come up with. I'm gonna be working on that. So pretty busy week if I wanna get this done. I'm gonna figure out how to mount this headlight, so enjoy. What's up, all you wonderful people?
The worst motorcycle ever made.
Alicia in the chat. Appreciate
Everyone in line.
Here we go.
Oh! There you go.
All right. Alright, so I think I've figured out what I'm going to do. This is obviously not the speedometer, but same size. So I'm going to show you a little bit what I'm going to do. So I decided to keep the mount that I had made, and what I'm going to do is take another piece of steel like this one, except for scrap, all I got is this piece that I don't know what I was doing. I think Joe was practicing welding on this one. So I have to clean it up because I need a chunk of it. So basically what I'm going to do is use this curve right here, and I'm going to weld another piece onto it that basically goes up, and this part will bolt to it right like that. And then I'm going to fit it to go up and around the gauge. Hopefully that's going to work. We'll see. Alright, so I got my scrap piece cut. So basically, I'm going to be welding along the side here. Oh, looks like I nicked myself. A good reason to wear gloves. What I want to do is I want to bend right after here. I want it to bend slightly this way. And then up here, I want it to bend slightly down. So essentially this part right here will be pretty much level with this, and it'll wrap around and hug the gauge this way. And then the V-rod headlight mount will bolt through this bracket right here. We'll let that cool, and we'll see if it lines up right. So I had to bend this a little bit more that way, and by bending it a little bit more that way, this piece ended up hitting on here. So I had to trim a little bit off of that, and I think overall it's gonna go pretty well. And I think what I might end up doing is actually welding these pieces together up here, of course outside of where the gauge is, so probably just right around on the tips, and then this will hug the gauge right here. Shape it up a little bit, and my headlight should mount right in here. So I'll show you a little more what I got going on. So I've cut out around where the gauge is going to mount on. So this piece will go into something like that. Be welded along this bottom side. The V-rod bracket will mount on the front of here. And that's about it. I think it's going to work out pretty good. Just gonna reshape it a little bit to blend all the sides together. Probably do a little weld here. Yeah, it's gonna work out pretty good. Alright, so I was actually able to fill it in pretty well. I don't really have it cleaned up all the way, but I think it turned out pretty good. The whole thing will mount with these two bolts here with the original ignition bolts. See how it looks on the bike. So, I think it turned out pretty good. Did you like it? Did you think the bracket looked pretty good? Not me. I think it looked dumb. I thought it looked stupid. Yeah. So, basically, yeah, it looks dumb. Kind of a cool idea, but I like the low and tucked in headlight, and that was kind of the opposite. With that stock mount, there is only so many different places you can try to get it up in there. So what I'm gonna do is redo the bracket. I am happy with the top part of it. I think that looks kind of cool, like with the, you know, little wrap around the gauge. It makes it look a little bit better. Not completely gone to waste, because I'm actually just gonna add a little piece to this, which will be a piece that I've already bent while my camera was on the charger. Yeah, alright, sorry about that. So basically it's going to be like this. It'll mount the same way as the other one did, and then right here is where the headlight will mount to. So I'll just drill a couple holes here and here and weld this together. Figure out what I'm going to do with that gap thing right there between the two. I'm not sure if I'm going to fill it or try to keep a line, so I don't know. All I know is I think it looks stupid, so we're going to try to fix that, because I don't want nothing looking stupid on this bike. Just kidding. Hold my breath when I weld like a pro. Woo! That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Obviously this is a flux core welder, so it's gonna look a lot better when I clean it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. It could be alright. Yeah, just like that. Put a big old caterpillar on there. Just gonna reshape it and make it look all pretty. And make sure it fits. I think the only thing that I have left to do is I'm gonna clean this out a little bit. Clean this out a little bit. There's two little spots I gotta grind down a tiny bit right there and right there, so it sits all the way back in there. Might do a tiny fill here, then yeah, just file it up, and it looks pretty good though. all my little gaps filled in. That's it for tonight. I just have to drill the holes in the front for the mount and clean it up a little bit and paint it, and I think it's gonna work out awesome. Way better than before.
Other stuff. All ignorance still leads the way. They come up to the series of right-handers at the top of the whole second on that last lap. And just look at across the line, side by side, the two Yamaha.
Well, that took way longer than I wanted it to, but I think it was worth it. It turned out way better than I thought it was going to. Exact lines that I want. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Super stoked about it. And yeah. The only thing is I'm probably going to have to do something now. Maybe mount some sort of a emblem up here, or do something to cover up these two holes that I used to have for the headlight bracket. And you can see just tilting this bracket down a little bit and moving it down about 2.5 inches completely changed the look of it. And wow. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. I also love how the gauge is now kind of tucked in. So even though I ended up not using this, it was not a complete waste. I'm happy with it. It's just kind of one of those good accidents, I guess. And all in all, man, it looks awesome. I'm gonna get this piece powder coated I did throw some just peel coat on it just to protect it, and absolutely awesome. I'm super happy with this headlight bracket, and I think it looks way better than the brackets coming off the forks. Just looks so much more clean. So far, this is shaping up to be way beyond my expectations, and I'm really happy with it. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit the bell, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I appreciate everyone for watching the video, and